Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hi friends, we are back today with our book Living Spring through Emmanuel, by the Spirit Emmanuel through Chico Xavier. Today, Emmanuel is going to talk to us about destruction and misery. And the text that is put in here is destruction and misery mark their ways, and it's from Paul in Romans 3 verses 16. When disciples fail to trust in the Master and avoid acting according to the example that his divine ministry bequeathed to us, preferring the broad pathway of infidelity to their own conscience, they dig deep abyss of destruction and misery wherever they go without even noticing it. If their mind is crystallized in idleness, they destroy the goodwill in the heart of the other workers around them, and they restrain their own opportunities to serve. If they go down the road of negativity, they destroy the tender hope in the testaments of those who are just starting out in the faith, and they wave a vast net of darkness for themselves. If they transfer their soul to the dark residence of vice, they smother their traveling companions, nascent virtues, and they acquire heavy debt to be paid in the future. If they give safe harbor to despair, they quench the tenuous light of trust within the soul of their neighbor, and they weep in vain under the storm of destructive tears. If they seek refuge in the cold house of depression, they expiate the optimism of those who accompany them, and they waste the wealth of time on fruitless complaining. The divine advice for the followers of the gospel is to press on, helping, understanding, and serving everybody. Being inactive is to immobilize others and freeze oneself. Being rebellious is to whip one's brother and sister and to hurt oneself. To avoid the good is to misguide others and willfully oneself. Unfortunate are those who do not follow the Master once they have found him, because to know Jesus Christ in spirit and yet live far from him is to spread destruction all around us and to retain misery within us. Today, Emmanuel is asking us to look at ourselves and see, because every lesson that we get in Spiritism, we can go and we can ask ourselves certain questions. And the good spirits tonight, the spirits of Kardec Radio, is asking us to look at ourselves and asking ourselves how we are responsible for those around us. What do we omit? And Emmanuel has told us a lot of things in this chapter. He says that when we are depressed, we make people depressed, we hurt our brothers and sisters. And he says, if we are selfish, we do not love our brothers and sisters. So, and then he says here, being inactive, he says the divine advice for the followers of the gospel is to press on, helping, understanding, and serving one another. Jesus told us that we will inherit part of the inheritance of God. What does inherit mean? When we inherit something, it means that we take responsibility for what we inherit, which means that if we want to inherit or be part of this, we need to take responsibility for all creations of God. Everything that God has created, we need to take co-responsibility with God for each other, for animals, for everything that was created. And in this way, and this is exactly what Jesus did, he was taking co-responsibility for every soul and everything that he met in his way. We are now in a time where we celebrate the birth of Jesus on earth. For him, that he came to be the example for us to follow. And one of these examples are beautifully explained in this. It's beautifully explained in this chapter. It is to help to understand and to serve everybody. And so then we will inherit the kingdom of God. And then when we inherit and we are part of the inheritance, we will be co-responsible. We will co-love everything that was created under God and by God. So today ask yourself, we can ask ourselves, are we ready to inherit the kingdom of God, the creation of God? Are we ready? Are we now, in this moment, in where we are, taking co-responsibility, being co-creators with God in the good? And this is why, in this time, let's focus on everything that is good and beautiful, and not just seeing it, but actually feeling it. Working on the feeling of gratitude, the feeling of enjoying each other. I know that it's a hard time on earth with an epidemic, but we are being asked to pray for one another, to send these thoughts of love and compassion. And we can still do things or contact persons, people in our lives, letting them know how special they are. It should be Christmas every day of the year, so that we can remember to serve one another by a phone call. And a beautiful example is Chico Xavier that sent these letters with flowers that he pressed in it. There are so many things that we can do where we send our love, where we can send our well wishes to everybody. So let's be creative in this, and let's know that we are co-responsible for one another. Okay, Zoe was drawing while we were busy with this chapter, and she wants to share her beautiful painting with us.
A drawing.
It's her drawing. So here we go. Thank you, Zoe. Okay, it's a beautiful drawing. What is it?
It's a magical heart what gives joy to everyone.
It's a magical heart. Let me just see. So just tell them again. What is your drawing?
A magical heart what gives joy to everyone.
Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's just show them again. Yes, let's draw, let's write, let's do anything so that we can give this energy to Jesus. Beautiful
Yeah.
hearts.
Yeah, and the yellow is the beautiful energy of joy, and the red is everything have come from God.
Thank you so much, my love. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And in this time that we count down before Christmas, let's do these things with our families and inspire everybody to do great things. Thank you so much for joining us today. God bless. Until next time. Bye bye.